Hello, everybody, and welcome to the entertainment headquarters, and welcome to a monstrous trailer reaction. That's right, it is once again time to enter the Monsterverse, as it is time for Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. That's right. Ever since Warner Brothers Legendary Pictures joined together to create a brand new franchise based on this big bad boy behind me, Godzilla, they've kind of, been outside of the MCU, probably the second most successful current multiverse sharing franchise out there, in my opinion. So, yes, uh, Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 1 came out a few years ago. It was more serious in tone. It followed a family who were trying to find their father who was lost. And in the middle of all of that, you had this conspiracy involving the family in this mysterious organization called Monarch through different eras in time periods, and it all came together at the end. And for me, it was a pleasant watch. It was intriguing. It was great how they expanded the world of the Monsterverse in terms of they laid the foundations of world building, showcase other parts of this world that we did not know of, including the Axis Mundi, which is this in-between realm between the Hollow Earth and the surface world, which is where we are from. And of course, it had monster action. You had an amazing fight sequence at the end of the first season featuring Godzilla and the Iron Dragon. And of course, it stars Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell as the main stars of that particular series. And I thought, it was very unique that they were playing the same character in different time periods, Lee Shaw. So let's talk a little bit about Legacy of Monsters Season 2. So here is the premise of the second season. Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 premise involves the fate of Monarch and the world hanging in the balance as buried secrets surface, reuniting heroes and villains on Skull Island with a new mythical titan rising from the sea, all while exploring the interconnections of family, friends and foes amidst impending Titan events, potentially involving Godzilla and introducing the new threat, Titan X. Wow, so there's a lot going on in the second season. It sounds like they're upping the ante. There's going to be more action, bigger sequences. So without further ado, let's check out Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2.
The world has changed.
Something's happening.
This is not calm.
And it's not Godzilla.
This is something bigger.
He opened the rift to another world.
We made a mistake. So, what's next?
Consequences.
February the 27th on Apple Plus. Wow, that really is lifting the ante compared to the first season. This Monster X looks absolutely huge. Looks like it's going to be a fun watch. going back to the very beginning of the Monsterverse, the one thing I absolutely loved about Godzilla 2014, the first entry in the Monsterverse, was how serious of a tone it was. It took itself serious. It followed, once again, a family. You had the Brody family, Bryan Cranston, then you had Aaron Taylor Johnson in that film, and it showed you them families undiscovering this secret of these beings that were known as the Mutos, massive unidentified terrestrial organisms, and then it led to the reveal of Godzilla. And then since the very first film, each film after that has kind of went down kind of the more action adventure, sci-fi, kind of over the top, popcorn flick route. And as the seriousness of the very first film has kind of slowly disappeared. Where the great thing I love about Monarch Legacy of Monsters is it kind of goes back to the original 2014 film, where it started off with connecting to that film, and this tone of the series stayed the same. It stayed the same tone, serious. Like I say, more world building, more character driven stories, which I prefer. And of course, it didn't shy away by showing the monsters. And so I really like those aspects of Monarch. And so when it comes to the second season, it looks like it's going down the very same route, where it's serious in tone. The threat's bigger. This Monster X looks huge. Now, there were a number of Titans that were revealed in Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 that were in their outposts, and there was a couple of sea titans that weren't shown on screen, but you're seeing the name above on like the back of the computer screen. So Titan X could very well be one of those unseen titans that we saw on screen. And if that is the case, then I'm pleasantly surprised and happy about that, because then it's connective, then the connecting the tissue and everything together, so it does feel like a truly linked, connected world within the foundations of the Monsterverse. There was another Titan, as you've just seen there. Kong's back. The end of Legacy of Monsters season 1 revealed that the family ends up on Skull Island, and you do see this one final shot of Kong roaring in a storm. So obviously Kong's in Skull Island's heavily featured in this second season by what it looks like. But that series ended that way, and then there was the animated series Kong Skull Island, which showcased a giant Kraken type Titan that was the foe of that season that Kong defeated by the end of the animated show. So it could be a return of the Kraken, but by the looks of the design, I think it's something completely different. So I'm very much looking forward to the reveal of what Titan X is going to be. Just more monster fun, more world building, more character driven story. So out of all of the current Godzilla content that's had in our way, right at the beginning of 2026, I think it's a great start for the Monsterverse. It's a great start for overall the Godzilla franchise to bring us another great serious season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. And of course, later this year, we are getting Godzilla -0. So another great year for Godzilla, it's looking like. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the trailer. What do you think Titan X, or who do you think Titan X could possibly be if you follow the history and the lore of the Monsterverse? Yeah, looks fun. Looking forward to this one. Keep loving your movies. Keep loving all things entertainment. Keep loving your Monsterverse and your crazy Titans. Until the next time, see ya.